Have you ever experienced this feeling? In a split second, a scene unfolding right in front of your eyes feels incredibly familiar, as if you've lived through this exact moment somewhere before. Scientists say this might not be an illusion. It could be because another version of you in a parallel universe has just died.
He's already coming into power.
It's only a dream.
Wake up. Scientists say this might not be an illusion. It could be because another version of you in a parallel universe has just died. In 1957, a 26-year-old graduate student at Princeton University proposed a theory so utterly insane that even his academic advisor hesitated to put his name on it: the many worlds interpretation. He claimed that our universe is frantically splitting every single second. You ate fried rice for lunch today? The universe split? You saw this video and didn't scroll past it? The universe split again. In just the few seconds you've been listening to me, hundreds of millions of new universes have already been born, and in those universes, the other versions of you are living completely different lives. There is a universe where you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago and are now a billionaire. There is a universe where you crossed the street 2 seconds too late yesterday and got hit by a car. There's even a universe where your parents never met, meaning you don't exist at all. But the truly terrifying part comes next. Physicists have done the math. If this theory is true, what is the probability that you are alive to watch this video right now? The answer is infinitely close to 0. So the question is, why are you still alive? To answer this, we first need to understand how this universe actually works. In the year 1900, physicists thought they had everything figured out. Newtonian mechanics explained why apples fall, and Maxwell's equations explained the nature of light. Everything was perfect, everything was certain. And then, quantum mechanics showed up, slapping everyone across the face. Scientists discovered that when you zoom in on the inside of an atom, the microscopic world, all the rules completely break down. An electron, before you observe it, isn't in any definite location. It exists in all possible locations simultaneously. This is called quantum superposition. Sounds abstract, right? Let me give you an example. Imagine throwing a tennis ball at a wall with 2 holes. The ball will either go through the left hole or the right hole, right? That's just common sense, but in the quantum world, if you throw an electron, it will go through the left hole and the right hole at the same time. Not sometimes left, sometimes right. At the same time. What's even more bizarre is that only when you actively look at it will it choose one hole to go through. If you don't look, it goes through both. The moment you look, it goes through one. This isn't a magic trick. This is a fact verified by countless experiments. Albert Einstein was the first to jump up and object. He famously declared, "God does not play dice." He firmly believed the universe must be deterministic, and that this absurd logic of it changes just because you look at it couldn't possibly exist. But experimental results slapped him in the face time and time again. Just how accurate are the predictions of quantum mechanics? The margin of error is less than 1 in 100,000. No other theory in history is more precise. Your smartphone, your computer, your GPS, all of them are built on the foundation of quantum mechanics. Einstein wasn't happy about it, but there was nothing he could do. So here's the million-dollar question. If an electron truly exists in all locations simultaneously, why is the world we see so definite? Why isn't my phone on the table and on the floor at the same time? Why can't I be in New York and London at the exact same time? In 1935, Erwin Schrödinger designed a thought experiment to mock this very problem. He said, let's lock a cat in a box. Inside the box is a quantum device with a 50% chance of releasing poison gas. Before you open the box, according to the logic of quantum mechanics, this cat should be in a superposition of being both dead and alive. Does that make any sense? How can a cat be both dead and alive? Schrödinger's original intention was to use this ridiculous example to satirize quantum mechanics. But little did he know, he had inadvertently stumbled upon the deepest truth of the cosmos. The mainstream Copenhagen interpretation explained it like this: the exact moment you open the box to observe, the wave function collapses. The cat goes from a state of superposition into a definite state of either dead or alive. But there is a massive loophole in this explanation. What exactly is observation? Why does observation cause a collapse? Do human eyes possess some kind of magic? Or can consciousness itself alter physical reality? These questions haunted physicists for decades, until 1957, when a young man delivered an answer that left everyone utterly speechless. His name was Hugh Everett, a PhD student at Princeton. Everett said, "You've all got it wrong. The wave function doesn't collapse at all. That cat is indeed both dead and alive, just not in the same universe. The moment you open the box, the universe splits. In one universe, the cat is alive, and you see a live cat. In another universe, the cat is dead, and the other, you sees a dead cat. Both universes exist simultaneously. Both versions of you exist simultaneously. You think the wave function collapsed, but in reality, you are just trapped in one of the branches, unable to see the other." This is the famous many worlds interpretation, also known as the parallel universe theory. When Everett handed his thesis to his advisor, John Archibald Wheeler, Wheeler remained silent for a long time, because the implications of this theory were terrifying. If it's true, it means that every single quantum event is creating new universes. How many atoms are in your body? About 7 octillion. Every single atom, at every single moment, is making quantum decisions. The speed at which the universe is splitting is infinite. Right now, exactly as you are listening to this sentence, countless new universes have been born. In one universe, you will scroll away in 3 seconds. In another, you will watch until the end. In a third, your phone battery suddenly dies. Every single possibility corresponds to a real, physically existing universe. Wheeler arranged for Everett to meet the godfather of quantum mechanics, Niels Bohr, hoping to convince him. Bohr completely rejected it. In the physics community of that era, this theory was dismissed as the delusion of a madman. Disheartened, Everett left academia and went to the Pentagon to work on nuclear weapons. But then, something strange happened. After Everett left, more and more physicists began to realize a glaring issue. If quantum mechanics is right, then parallel universes are almost inevitable. Why? Because physics has an ironclad rule: the conservation of information. Information cannot simply vanish out of thin air. When you observe that cat, the alive state and the dead state both contain information. If the wave function truly collapses, where does the information of the other possibility go? It can't just disappear. It has to go somewhere. The only logical explanation is, it went to another branch of the universe. In 2022, the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to 3 scientists, Alain Aspect, John Clauser, and Anton Zeilinger. They won for proving the existence of quantum entanglement. What is quantum entanglement? Once 2 particles are entangled, no matter how far apart they are, even if one is on Earth and the other is across the Milky Way, measuring one will instantly affect the other. It requires no time. It requires no medium. It is instantaneous. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. He thought it violated the theory of relativity and couldn't possibly be real. But the 2022 Nobel-winning experiments proved that this spookiness is absolute reality. The universe truly is operating in ways we cannot comprehend, and the many worlds interpretation, coincidentally, perfectly explains quantum entanglement. Even more shocking evidence, the exact same particle. 2 different measurement methods. Why is the lifespan different? Some scientists proposed a bold hypothesis. Perhaps a fraction of the neutrons disappeared into a parallel universe. They call this the mirror universe. This mirror universe could be right next to us, as close as a trillionth of a centimeter away. We can't see it, we can't touch it, but certain special particles might be able to jump between the 2 universes. If this is true, we might have already accidentally observed the evidence of parallel universes. And then there is the mystery of dark matter. 85% of the matter in the universe is dark matter. It doesn't emit light, it doesn't reflect light, and it doesn't interact electromagnetically with anything. We can only sense its presence through gravity. For decades, physicists have used every method imaginable to hunt for dark matter, coming up completely empty-handed. Now, a theory suggests that dark matter might not even be in our universe. It comes from the mirror universe, affecting our galaxies through gravity, but we will never be able to directly detect it. Speaking of which, I have to tell you the most deeply unsettling implication of the multiverse theory. If the many worlds interpretation is true, theoretically, you will never die. This isn't a joke. Think about it. Every time you face a life or death situation, the universe splits. In some branches, you die. In other branches, you survive. The consciousness of the you who died simply vanishes. It perceives nothing. But the you who survives keeps moving forward. No matter how many fatal dangers you encounter, no matter how astronomically small the odds are, there will always be a branch of the universe where you miraculously survive, and your consciousness will only ever continue to exist in the branch where you are alive. From your own subjective point of view, you will never experience death. You will live on until the very end of the universe. It sounds like immortality, right? But it comes with a cruel price. In all those universes where you died, your loved ones will cry for you. Your friends will attend your funeral. The people you love will experience the agonizing pain of losing you. And all of that is real. But you are stuck in the branch where you luckily survived, forever unable to return to them. It is said that Hugh Everett himself believed in this concept, known as quantum immortality. His family recalled that he truly seemed to believe he would achieve immortality in some form. In 1982, Everett passed away from a heart attack at the age of 51, but according to his own theory, in some parallel universes out there, he is still alive. He might be in his 90s right now, still relentlessly studying quantum mechanics. A man who spent his life researching parallel universes ultimately became a part of them. It is perhaps one of the most poetic endings in the history of science. The parallel universe theory also solves the ultimate paradox that has plagued humanity. Now let me tell you the most deeply moving part of this entire theory. Every single opportunity you ever missed. In some parallel universe, you grabbed it. Every word you couldn't bring yourself to say. In some parallel universe, you said it. That person you ultimately couldn't be with. In some parallel universe is growing old by your side right now. Every regret you have ever had in your life, across countless parallel universes, a version of you has made up for it. But the reverse is also true. Every piece of happiness you hold right now, in some other universes, you have lost. This isn't meant to drag you into nihilism. Quite the opposite. It is telling you that this moment matters. Because every single choice you make right now is actively creating a unique, one-of-a-kind branch of the universe. And in this branch, you are the sole protagonist. There are infinite parallel universes and infinite versions of you. But right here, right now, the you standing in this universe, making this choice, is completely irreplaceable. The parallel universe remains a theory to this day. It hasn't been completely proven, nor has it been falsified, but more and more discoveries in physics are pointing in the exact same direction. Perhaps one day we really will be able to open that door. And when we do, another version of you from another universe might be looking right back at this world, wearing the exact same expression of absolute awe. And right now, the moment you put your phone down, the universe has split again. In one branch, you subscribed to this channel. In another branch, you scrolled away. But in this universe, you now know the craziest truth about the multiverse. And out of an infinite number of parallel universes, only the you in this exact universe stayed to watch this video all the way to the very end.
This has been a Penguinati production. If you'd like to support the channel, links are in the description.